This is a collaboration between OpenStax and Divide and Conquer Math. We're working from the Statistics book, Chapter 1, and we are working through the Excel file that is going to talk about the basics of Excel cells. You can access the textbook from OpenStax for free, see the description in the video, and you can get a copy of the free Excel workbook at Divide and Conquer Math. Just go to OpenStax Chapter 1. Okay, so we are going to start with just an intro to Excel. I am on the Excel Cells Intro tab. So if this is not what you see, so in the workbook that you've opened, you should see these tabs down here. You want to click on the one that says Excel Cells Intro. And additionally, I strongly recommend that you have downloaded Excel onto your desktop. Sometimes the Excel that's like the web version doesn't work the same, so just a heads up there. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is just the most basic thing you need to understand about Excel, which are the different ways that you can work with cells. So it almost seems silly, right? Because when I click on a cell, it's like, okay, how hard can this be? It's one cell. But believe it or not, as you see as I kind of move my cursor around here, you can see different things happening. And so this is the first thing you have to understand about Excel, because if you don't understand this, then everything else is going to be so much more annoying. So we're going to discuss these three different symbols that you see. So the first thing that we're going to do is just talk about how to select. So you'll notice here I have red, green, blue. So I just want to select these three cells. So if I click on one, okay, I actually want to highlight all three. So to do that, you're going to have the white cross open and you're going to drag across, and that's how you can select three cells. And that's the only thing that you can do. So if you have the white cross activated and you try to like move it or anything else, you'll notice that all it does is select cells. So the white cross means selection. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to move the cell with the word red into this green box. So I'm going to click on the word red. And so what you need to do is you need to trigger those black arrows going in the four directions. And that is how you tell Excel that you want to move something. So you go from the white cross to the black arrows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the cell. I'm going to keep my finger on the mouse, and then I'm just going to move it down. And you can see now, you can see that it's like physically trying to move that selection around. So I'm going to move it into the green box. And you can see that it took everything about that cell, so it overwrote the green. So whatever this cell looks like, it's going to take that and just move that over wherever you move your reference. Okay. The next thing that we want to talk about is what about this other black cross? So if I come over here, you can see this like black cross but with no arrows. So that is what indicates to Excel that you're trying to continue something, which could be copying a pattern or just copying cells in general. So to start, what we're going to do is we're just going to get used to dragging patterns. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to try this by selecting the three cells that I have. Now I've selected these three cells, and that indicates to Excel that this is what I'm focusing on. But I'm going to come over here now to where I see this black cross. And I'm just going to pull this down, and you'll notice now that Excel has continued the pattern that was established in that selection. So this is an automatic thing that Excel does, and it's easiest for Excel when you select the three cells that you have. And you'll notice that after you drag that, there's a little box here that says autofill options. If I click on that, you can see that there are other options to play around with. So we'll play around with those in a second. Now, the question is, do I have to select those three cells? And the answer is, well, it depends. So let's try that again, but with these three cells here, I'm not going to select anything. Let's just see what happens. So I'm going to come over here to the black cross again, no arrows, and I'm just going to drag it down. And so you don't have to select the cells that you want to continue the pattern on. It just depends. There are some patterns, like days of the week, that are so well established for Excel that it's going to make an educated guess as to what you want to do. If Excel is being weird though, then you probably want to make a selection of the cells that you want it to copy the pattern off of. Now, the other interesting thing about the patterns is that actually if you come down here to where it says autofill, you'll notice that it gives you different options based on what you filled in this case. So in this case, I could have fill days, or I could have fill weekdays. And look what happened. It now got rid of Saturday and Sunday. So Excel has some built-in features for that to give you options on how you actually wanted to fill that. Another way that you could have dealt with that is you could have just typed in Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then started with Monday again, and Excel would have known what you wanted. But this is another option that you can go with, is you can click here and play around with this. Also, if you go to just copy cells, so what it's going to do is it's just going to copy the last cell that you have. So this is a little way that you can like finagle with what Excel did and see if you could make it do what you want without too much input. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is a shortcut. So you also don't always have to drag everything. So once you've established how many cells you're working with here, so we go from 1 to 13, Excel figures that a lot of times you just want to continue those patterns. So if I come over here and I double click on the arrow, so you'll notice an interesting thing has happened. So all I did, so I'll show you one more time. So I came here to the green box. There's my black cross. I'm just going to double click on it. So you can see that Excel auto-filled, and it auto-filled down to that last like 13th entry, right? So, okay, that's cool, but it's only repeated 6. And so this is kind of what I mean, like sometimes you have to troubleshoot with Excel. Now, if I click on autofill, you'll notice it says fill series. And so this is what I mean. Excel sometimes does not make the best guess. So Excel thinks I just want to fill the series from 6 on. So that's not what I wanted. So when that happens, that's exactly why sometimes you have to select the pattern. So now Excel sees, oh, 2, 4, 6. And now if I double click on that, now it knows, oh, I want to just go every even number. So do you have to select? It kind of just depends. And double clicking is a shortcut. Now, to that end, do you always have to establish a pattern? Well, it's totally going to depend on what you're trying to do. So additionally, you can drag patterns horizontally and vertically. So what I could do is I could go down this way. So since there's no pattern to work off of, you can see that Excel just defaulted to copying the 1. But if I click here, if I wanted this just to count from 1 up, it's going to just make this guess. Now, if I wanted this to do, say, like odd numbers, like 1, 3, 5, there's no way Excel's going to know that, so I would have to kind of establish that pattern in my typing. I can go that way, and I can also go this way, and you'll notice that Excel does the same thing. It starts by copying, but then I can go to fill series, and I can also fill it in this way. So those are 2 other options of just or other things to note. And I want you to notice that, so if I were to try to double click on this, so I can't double click in this case because I don't have that like established pattern like I had up here. So Excel is really great with certain patterns, and it can make a lot of educated guesses, but it can be very frustrating if you don't understand just all the power that comes with how to select and how to establish patterns. So that's why it's the first thing that we talk about.